I'm going to go over some of the features of the display the front display in the Chevrolet Volt. The first thing that you can see pretty obviously is the speedometer. That's nice and central. Right below that is a message indicator area, which right now has an icon telling me that the hatch is not latched, and it also shows it up here as well. So it'll show you other unlatched items too, like if I open my door, the door shows up in red. To get rid of those kind of things, you go over here to the select button, and when you push that, it's basically like saying OK, and then you can move on with your life. So other icons, over here is the battery icon, pretty self-explanatory. It shows you in an icon form, as well as the miles. On the opposite side is the gas tank, also with miles and how much you actually have. You can actually move those around by pushing the config button, which is right here. So if I put those, the gas tank goes on the upper left, and then you have the inertia ball there, which I don't like, so I usually keep it like that. And then across the top, the seatbelt indicators, compass, and then the shifter icons. Bottom left is the total trip amount, so that includes battery as well as gas estimate. And on the opposite side is the odometer with the daylight stuff. Light brights will be up here, so if I put those on there. And then there's a host of these smaller icons sort of in a circle that you can toggle through, and you do that using the dial here, so it twists like that. And as I do that, it'll cycle through these. So I'll start with this one. This is the a collision detection system. So if I was driving, it would tell me the distance and time to the car in front of me, and a warning would pop up if my acceleration, or if the car in front of me was approaching me too quickly and so I was going to hit him. Next is the navigation. Usually use the separate panel to interact with that, or the voice commands, but the directions will pop up here as well. Two different selections for trips, which I don't use, an oil indicator, and this funny little fat tire icon indicates the tire pressures. And then back to vehicle message, again press the select button over on the left, and it brings you back to that. When you go into any of these menus, if I keep hitting select, it won't go away. That's only if the message pops up. So you go to back, and then that will clear. And then you can go back to toggling. Here's one to change the units, tutorial stuff. And then this is what I usually have it on the most. And this is where your power is going, basically. So on the left is electric power, and then on the right is the generator power. And then in the center is the total amount that you're using. So let me put the car in. Here we go. So what you'll see if I move forward is I'm using a little bit of energy, and it graphs it like that. And I'm going to go backwards again. So as this arrow goes up towards here, that's energy expended. And then as the arrow goes down, that's energy put back into the battery. And then over here is the generator. The reason why this arm is blocked out is the generator can't produce as much power at one time as the battery can, so the battery will go all the way up to 100 kilowatts or thereabouts. This won't go quite that high, but anyway, if the generator is running, you'll see some color over here, and if it's being used to power the vehicle, then it will be then it won't spread over here. But if there's excess power from the generator, it will go downwards into the battery. So it's a little confusing, but once you use it while you're actually running, things start to make sense. And I actually like to stay on that setting because it's kind of fun to know where things are going. So that's about it for the front display.